Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. This is the show where you guys send in your messiest, toxic, most out-of-pocket predicaments, and I attempt to break them down, giving my honest and unbiased feedback. Now, listen, I'm a comedian, not a therapist, so ain't no guarantee I'll be able to help fix your life, but I can provide laughter along the way and call it like I see it. So without any further ado, let's get into the episode. My parents watched my son over the weekend and they cut his hair without my permission. Mike, I need some advice because I'm really torn on this one. I'm a single mom to a 7-year-old boy and he's always had long, pretty hair. I've always liked it that way and it's kind of his thing. Now, what it sounds like is this kind of your thing, not his. Some of the kids at school have either mistaken him for a girl or been teasing him and saying he looks like a girl. Nah, that's crazy. Damn, they thought the youth was transitioning down at the schoolhouse. I guess it bothered him more than I realized because while he was staying with my parents for the weekend, my dad cut his hair. OG said, nah, no grandson of mine is going to be rocking the luxurious locks on my watch. He told me he did it because he didn't like seeing his grandson being teased, and that as a man, he needed to step in and do what was right. Some women will call this toxic masculinity. He said that there's no man in your house, so I'm doing my part as your father to help you raise him into one. Yeah, he cleaned you right on up. My dad's old school like that, real traditional, and believes a boy should look and carry himself like a young man. And I know in his mind, he thought he was helping. I asked my mom why she even let it happen, and she said she doesn't step in when her husband's dealing with the men or boys in the family. That's his role, and she respects that. And that's why they've been married forever and a day, and you can't keep a man. Take notes. And maybe that's part of the problem because I don't have a man in my home. I'm not used to taking a back seat or letting a man lead like that. Hey, yo, checkmate. But still, it really upset me, Mike. That was a decision I should have made, not them. Like this video if you don't give a shit. My dad says I don't understand what it takes to raise a boy into a man, and he thinks I'm being too soft, but I just feel caught in the middle. Like, I know he meant well, but he still crossed the line. Do you think my dad was right for stepping in and doing what he thought was best for his grandson, or did he go too far by not asking me first? Yeah, baby girl, I might not be the right person to give you some advice on this because I'm definitely going to tell you right now that flat out I'm biased because I believe the same traditions and same values your dad got. Those are my beliefs as well. So if my daughter's 16, so I don't even want to think about her having a kid right now. That's super nasty work. But let's just say fast forward 10 years from now, she got a young kid, and she's like, hey, Dad, Mom, can you watch my kid for the weekend? Blah, 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 cool. Little Junior's over there. He got the luscious Troy Polamalu going on, you know what I'm saying? Waves are for the babes, curls are for the girls and whatnot. And then he's telling me, yeah, the kids at the school, they keep calling me a shorty. They say I'm transitioning. You know what I'm saying? I'm they, them. Nah, that's going to have my blood boiling. Right away, I'm taking him right down to the shop. Getting him the even Steven, you know what I'm saying? In New York, in Jersey, all that, they call it a Caesar. Where I'm from, we call it the even Steven. I'm gonna have a wave spinning on homeboy by the time you pull up on Sunday to retrieve the youth from my residence. Because I believe what your dad did, he didn't do anything wrong. And kind of just based off, and I could be wrong, but just listen, based off of how your mother and your father spoke to you regarding this, I don't want to say they don't respect you, but I do want to say that they've probably been together, married for a long time, and that they understand what it's like to raise children the old way. And so they probably don't really respect how you're moving with your child. I'm not saying you're a bad mom. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that your daddy and mom look at you and be like, yo, she don't got no man in the house. Somewhere along the line, what we instilled in you, you dished off and did it your own way, and now you're a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people would like to split hairs with this, saying like, well, the dad should be there. That's not here nor there. Whatever choice you made in procreating with somebody else led you to be by yourself raising this kid without a father figure in the house. Now, your dad seemed like he's super solid. He's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to let her be a mom. But if there's something she's lacking where a man would have stepped in, whether it be that boy's father or a stepfather, and say, yo, nah, we cutting his hair. He not going to school like that. We raise him to be a young man, look like a young man, etc. Your dad is like, okay, you don't got nobody to do that. Now, that's my grandson. I'm stepping in because I know what's best. All your life, your father probably made decisions that he thought was best for you, or he knew was best, and said, no, we not doing that, we doing this. And clearly your mom, she just steps right back and she knows she got a leader. She knows she got a solid dude in the house. So when he's doing something, my Dukes is like, babe, you want a sandwich while you chastise the kids? Let me whip you up some pig feet or whatever y'all eat in the crib, you know what I'm saying? I like your dad. I kind of want to meet your dad, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, what's his Instagram for research purposes? I want to hang with him. OG sound like he's solid. Your mom even sound like she grew up with them same values as well. She know her place. Your father knows his. You're saying that's not neither one of their places to cut their hair. Well, let me ask you this. Why did you need them to babysit your child while you was out? Now, before anybody be like, oh, no. I'm not saying just because they're helping you with the kid, they have a right to do whatever with the child. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, most of the time, a whole weekend, unless you was going on vacation or business or something, usually that child will be with the other parent. But the fact that your mom and dad got to step in and watch your kid while you go do whatever lets me know that while he's there, they're instilling stuff in him that you're probably not doing at home. And let's just be honest. Most moms, baby, they boys. They be coddling them, you know what I'm saying? Just giving them passes. That's why it's pertinent, imperative. I try to blend them words together. It's pertinent and imperative that you have a man in the house raising, especially a young man, you know what I'm saying? Because he needs to instill that in him so his boy grows up to be solid like he is. So if you're asking me again, I'm biased. I think your dad did the right thing. I think he stepped in where you lacked foresight in, and he did what he knew was necessary. Now, your son is getting picked on at school. We didn't even address that. And he don't even feel like he could tell you that because you said, oh, it's kind of his thing. No, it's kind of your thing. He probably don't even want the long hair. He probably glad he got it cut off. So if your son say, yo, ma, I like the cut, he's 7. He ain't 7 months. If he come to you be like, nah, I like my cut, I'm happy at school, then that's your answer right there. If he likes it and is okay with it, then cool. Now, if he cried and kicked and screamed and was mad that granddad did that, then it's kind of a bigger issue. You already raising a baby instead of a young boy to become a young man. So to answer your question, no, I don't think your daddy did anything wrong. I think you need to ask your son what he actually liked, because at 7, he knows whether he likes that cut or not. And maybe you need to let go of the babying. Maybe have your son around your dad a lot more. And I'm telling you right now, you will raise a productive and an outstanding young man with the help of your dad if you allow him to do that. That is my advice to you, babe. I hope all works out. Stay alert, stay alive. My friend started a group chat without me, and I found out the hard way. Yo, what's up, bro? I was wondering if you could help me out with my dilemma. So I'm in a group chat with 4 close friends, and we text every day. Hey, yo, them group chat notifications will have your phone on fire like Los Angeles. Now, normally we meet up at our usual bar on Fridays for wings and drinks. One Friday, the plan got canceled, but I was already craving wings, so I went anyways. See, now you got me wanting a 15-piece buffalo with the celery and a ranch on the side. When I get there, all 4 of them are sitting at our usual spot, eating, drinking, and having a good time without me. Nah, that's nasty work. I confronted them and asked what was going on, and one of the guys finally admitted, hey man, we just didn't feel like being around you tonight. Stay alert, stay alive. And that they had started a separate chat without me. Like this video if you think the boys is foul as shit. I was pissed, so I left. Nah, I would've got the wings first, then dipped. No pun intended. The next day, that same friend called and said they didn't know how to tell me, but they don't like going out with me because I complain too much and all I do is bring negative energy that ruins the vibes. Oh yeah, you sound like you could ruin a wet dream. So my question is, if I'm supposedly so negative, why are we even friends? Well, it kind of sounds like y'all aren't friends anymore. I don't know how you missed that part. Am I wrong for feeling like they were being fake and going off on them? All right, so let me recap this. Y'all in the group chat, 5 of y'all. Y'all close, y'all all close. Y'all text every day, yo, you see this meme, whatever, yo, what's up with girlie? Nah, I don't know, whatever. Yo, Friday, same time, same place. Oh, I can't make it this Friday. For real? Why? Now I got something else to do. Damn, that's crazy. I can't make it neither. Yo, let's just cancel this Friday. We'll link back up next Friday. I bet. Then they start the side dip with just the 4 of them. Yo, glad we kicked so-and-so out. Yo, wing spot, Friday, 7 p.m. See y'all there. Bet. Can't wait to taste the buffalo wings. Yo, I'm getting them fries this time. Heard they got some voodoo ones. They put a little ranch and some bacon on it or whatever. Oh, it's about to be lit. I got the first round of drinks. Bet. Glad so-and-so ain't gonna be there. You get off like, I still want the wings. I don't care what they talking about. Pull up. You see them laughing, taking shots. You like, yo, what's popping? They like, all right, listen, bro. You just do too much. We don't want you around us, bro. Like, it is what it is. Oh, that's how it is? And dipped. Next day, they hit you up like, yo, we gotta, you know what I mean? Yo, so who gonna make the call? I'll call. Your man's call you, yo, you negative all the time. You complain every time we get the wings. Yo, I asked for blue cheese. Is this blue cheese? How hard is it to make the wings right? You doing all that. You negative. You probably talking about people. Whatever the case may be, they don't want you around. I'm gonna give you some solid man-to-man advice that might not be what you want to hear, but it's probably what you need to hear. If these people is your close friends, and you overwhelmed them so much that they kicked you out of the chat and still went on to the weekly get together without telling you, that should let you know that you need to do some soul searching. You need to look deep inside yourself. Hey, yo, pause. That was crazy. You need to reflect on what's going on. And instead of being so defensive and taking it personal and going off on them, maybe you say, yo, what is it that y'all, just have a sit down. Yo, can we rap? I want to, obviously, I'm not being likable in the presence of y'all. And maybe I'm not being likable around other people as well, but they just don't tell me. What exactly is it that y'all don't like about me or whatever, or the things y'all think I need to work on? If they really your friends, they'll be like, all right, man, listen, you always do this. You know what I'm saying? Every time we get together, yo, you hear about so-and-so, like it's never nothing positive with you. You be just ruining the vibe. And whatever they tell you, you need to take a step back without being offended or taking it personal and being like, okay, I can see how that could be an issue. Yeah, I never even looked at it like that. Damn, cool. Okay, bet. And then start working on that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure if that's really, really your friend group, then you back the wing night in no time. You come with a different energy, a different spirit. They like, oh yeah, man, homie, be good now. Man, I don't know what y'all told him, but yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need a therapist because maybe you got anger management. Maybe you got unresolved issues within yourself that you're releasing out around your friends because that's like your circle, your time to vent. And so when they get around, they just want to talk about sports or girls or, you know what I mean, a business or how's work doing. And you come with you see that Kev he posted his car and why would he, you know what I'm saying? You ruining it, bro. So that's my advice to you, bro, is that clearly it's not them, it's you, because they're all saying the same thing, so much so that they don't even be around you. Now, the problem I do have with them is that they never said anything before. It ain't like they was like telling you, and you was ignoring it. Unless they did it, you just left that out the letter, which is very possible. So if they never said nothing to you at all before and then decided to just ghost you, that's kind of corny. And most likely they're not going to be able to be man enough to sit down and tell you what they don't like about you if they wasn't even man enough to tell you before. Because I got friends, they'll send something like, yo, dog, stop sending me this. Don't send me nothing else negative. If it ain't this, or this, don't send it to me. Every time, bro, I don't want to see that. All right? If you can't respect that, I'll block you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've told friends that. And they're like, oh, all right, my bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's the end of it. And it ain't no, we mad at each other. It's like, I set my boundaries. Now you got to respect it. And if not, then you understand why I don't want to be around you. So the fact that they didn't do that is kind of lame. I ain't going to lie. You need to tell them like, yo, if y'all really was my friends, y'all would have brought this up sooner and addressed it in a way that would have helped me start working towards being a better person, but y'all didn't. Instead, y'all just went and started a group chat and gossip about me like some chatty patties, and that's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, if they did do that, there was no warning or nothing, you need to explain that to them. Like, yo, listen, we friends, right? Why didn't y'all tell me this? Oh, because we didn't know. All right, cool. If they say, we just didn't want to hear your mouth. Okay, so what? Sometimes I don't want to hear my boy's mouth either. I said that and it sounded crazy as soon as it came out of my mouth. But sometimes I don't want to hear what my man got to say, knowing that I'm correcting him. Sometimes I'm like, it's just not worth it. But it's never to a point where I'm like, oh, it's not worth it enough to where I'm just not going to be cool with him no more. If I'm feeling like we're not about to be cool, then I just got to hear his mouth. Yo, I don't care what you're talking about, bro. You're getting on my nerves. Fix this or dead the relationship, the friendship. That's it. So that's my advice to you is ask them what exactly it is about you that they don't like so much and what you could do to work on it, then work on it. And then, but also if they didn't tell you before that, let them know like, yo, in the future, bro, we friends, you got to pull me to the side. The harsh truth is always better than a pretty lie. And if we really boys like that, you're not doing me a favor by not telling me the things I'm doing wrong. That's not what friends are, that's not how friends operate. Now, women, they operate that all the time. Majority of them. Men, we'll just say directly to your face, yo, you're fat, you're out of shape, you need to work out, bro. We're not going to keep bringing you to the club and you just looking sloppy like that. Go hit the gym. And the dude will be like, oh, damn, I am kind of big. I bet. That's just how that's how I got to be. Men communicate overtly, where we just say what it is and we mean what we say. So that's my advice to you, man. I hope it all works out, man. Stay alert, stay alive. My man still follows his ex-girlfriend on social media and is really starting to bother me. Hey, Mike, I need some advice. So I've been dating my boyfriend for 6 months now, but there's something that keeps bothering me. He's still friends with his ex on social media. What's her Instagram? Nah. It's for market research purposes and whatnot. They were together for 3 years and it's been 2 years since they broke up. Their split wasn't messy. She moved to another city for work and the long distance didn't work out for them. So shorty 2 time zones away and you feeling insecure? Knock it off. Even now, he likes and comments on her posts. That's what social media is for if you haven't noticed. The comments aren't inappropriate or flirty, but seeing him interact with her makes me feel jealous. Shorty got a condo in your head living rent-free. I don't know if they text or DM, but the social media interaction alone is enough to get under my skin. I haven't said anything to him yet. Like this video if you think she's full of shit. But I noticed myself being passive-aggressive after seeing his comments. Am I overreacting or am I entitled to ask him to stop engaging with his ex altogether? You asking if you're entitled to feel that way or if you're overreacting isn't really the right question because I would need more information to determine that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you guys got into the relationship, what was the agreement or the stipulations regarding her before you guys became committed? I would need to know that. And since I don't, I can't speak on it. But the better question would be, how do I tell him I don't want him doing this because it makes me uncomfortable? Now, whether you're entitled to do that or whether you're overreacting, whatever the case may be, if this is something that is bothering you, you got to be like, nah, bruh. Like, I don't care how you feel. Like, I don't want you talking to shorty. Even if you're insecure or you feel some type of, whatever the case may be, whether you're right or wrong in how you feel, it's how you feel. And you can't change that. So if you don't want him doing that and you want to be with him, you need to tell him, say, listen, I know you guys didn't have a messy breakup, but you communicating with her, liking her pictures, commenting and stuff, it makes me feel some type of way. Whether you may be overreacting, it might be harmless, but you have the right to say, I don't want you doing that. So the question isn't, are you overreacting or are you entitled? It's, yo, I don't feel this is appropriate and I don't want you doing it. So now my advice to you will be to sit down and tell him, communicate with him healthy. Don't go in there with the, yeah, don't do all that. But like, listen, I just want to tell you something that's been on my mind, been bothering me or whatever. And I feel like I should just come to you first. Oh, what's that, babe? What's going on? Listen, I know you be still, commenting on Katie's post and liking her pictures and all that. And it's probably harmless, you know what I'm saying? But it bothers me. And when I see it, something inside of me gets enraged and I want to start, leaving smart remarks on her page or on your, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't like it. And is it something that you can see yourself not doing anymore for the sake of our relationship? Or is this something that you're going to continue to do no matter how I feel? Because, and if so, then I have a decision to make. And if he says, oh yeah, no, I'll unfollow her right now. She'll understand. It ain't like, babe, I want to make you, I'm with you now, not her. That's the thing in the past. We are friends or whatever, but if it's going to make you uncomfortable, nah, you come first. Yeah, I'll just unfollow her and I'll let her know like, hey, it's nothing personal. My girl is not really comfortable. And then that's it. And if he does that, boom, the problem's solved. But if he be like, nah, you bugging, I'm still commenting, we friends, you're overreacting, you're tripping, then I feel like a little bit of, he's sprinkling a little diesel fluid on the flame and he's gaslighting you. Because if you in a relationship with someone, regardless of what y'all, time out, let me preface this. If he told you about her in the beginning, you said, no, that's cool. And now you're tripping. Now you don't really have ground to stand on because he's going into the agreement with you, to this agreement. And now you're changing the stipulations. If I go buy a car from the dealership and I'm like, yo, this come with a warranty, right? 3 years, bumper to bumper. They're like, yeah. Then I come in after a year and they're like, yeah, you know what, man? The car just keep breaking down. We don't want to fix it. I know we said we was going to give you the warranty, but it just ain't working out that way. So take it somewhere else. We ain't covering it. Then it's like, nah, bruh, you said this. You can't renege now. So if you're reneging on something you agreed to because maybe you thought you could deal with it or you didn't think it would be a big deal in the beginning and now it's bothering you, well, then that's kind of on you. And you got to either make the decision whether you can get over it within the relationship or you just have to leave. Or even maybe you might be like, yeah, you know what? I kind of figured this was going to happen eventually. She'll understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, we cool and all, so ain't no harm, no foul. It might be like that. I don't know what kind of guy you're dealing with, whatever. But you have to consider those two things. Did y'all talk about it before y'all got into a relationship? And if so, then you know what I already said about that. And if not, then just sit down with him, communicate how you feel, and then just let it be that. And then whatever he chooses to do from there, at that moment, you have to say to yourself, either he's going to stop talking to her, cool, or he's not, and I either have to stay and deal with it or leave because I'm not happy. Quiet as kept, y'all only been together 6 months. If you want to keep talking to her, maybe there's still a spark there that him or her don't even realize yet. Maybe the distance just brought them closer together and you filling a void in the meantime. I don't know. I hope whatever you choose works out for you, but that's my advice to you. Stay alert, stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. I hope you guys enjoyed me as much as I enjoyed you. And if so, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Matter of fact, Leave me a comment, let me know what advice you would have gave them. And who knows, maybe you got your own toxic tale to tell about a shady friend or an entanglement you need help untangling. If so, feel free to drop me a letter at the email provided below, and I'll make sure I read it in a future segment of Advice with Mike. Now, with that being said, our time together has come to an end. But just remember, stay alert, stay alive.